going on, guys, is in today's video we're going to be showcasing a Blackwing update deck profile for the new Master Rule and the new Dual Overload as well, actually. So this is actually more of a budget build. A lot of builds now are running like the Apex Avion and the Simor and stuff like that, and it's really good when it comes to negations, but this is kind of more just the synchro build, not kind of focusing on links too much, especially because Master Rule 5 is coming out. Well, I think is it out April 1st? Yeah, so I think it's something like April 1st is coming out. So we kind of want to use the synchros that we do have, which is really nice to actually go back to. So first off, we're going to be running 3 Simoon Poisonous Winds. So this is your Black Whirlwind Searcher. He searches your Black Whirlwind and then gets a search off the Black Whirlwind, as well as being able to normal summon him for free. Then we have the one Zephyros, who can special summon himself by taking a spell and putting it back to your hand. We have 3 Chris the Crack of Dawn. So if there's a Blackwing, so not all of them, most of the Blackwings have this effect that if there's another Blackwing on the field, they can special summon themselves. So he is one of those. He also has an additional effect that he can't be once per turn. He can't be destroyed by spell or trap effects. So there's that. And you have 3 Bora the Spear. Bora has the same effect. He can special summon himself, and then his additional effect is he can inflict piercing damage. Then we have Oster. Oster is one of your normal summons. So basically what you do is there's a little combo with Simoon that you activate Simoon's effect. Black Whirlwind, normal summon Simoon, search this, normal summon this. You can do 2 normal summons because it's a part of Simoon's effect. And then go for your Full Armor Master. And then this card has the additional effect. If it's in the graveyard, you can banish it and put a wedge counter on something, and then he gets an additional effect, which I'll go into later with the wedge counter. So that's the way we run that. Then for more special summons, we're running 3 Gale. So Gale has a nice effect as well as the special summon effect. He's a nice effect that he can half an opponent's attack permanently, even when he leaves the field, which is nice, especially for those pesky boss monsters. Then I'm running 2 Blizzard. So Blizzard, if he's normal summon, he can search a level 4 or lower Blackwing monster from the graveyard and face up defense position. He's one of your normal summons as well, so he doesn't special summon himself, but he's still really good just to kind of like a top deck, and then you go for extra plays, I suppose. Then I'm running, I don't have a 3rd copy, but 3 Harmot the Dust. So this one is the same, special summon itself, and then he has the additional effect that he can target one of the Blackwing monsters already on the field, and then he can gain levels based on that attack. And there's some cool little combos with him as well, especially level manipulation in the synchro deck is always good. Then we have 3 Orochi the Squall. He has the same effect. He can special summon himself, and he has the additional effect that if he's used as a synchro material, you can change the battle position of an opponent's monster. So the reason we run so many special summons is because we can go into links in this deck as well. So it's really easy to go into the brand new, where is it now? There, the brand new White Strix. So I'll talk about that later as well, but that's why we run so many. Next, we'll get into some of the hand traps we run. So I'm running 2 Ash Blossom. The only reason for this is because I don't own an impermanence. If you want to swap for an impermanence, or even if you're doing it online, you can swap these for a permanence. But they're still pretty good, like stopping your opponent from searching stuff. And I know you want to run 3 really because consistency, but 2 is fine. And then 3 Psy-Frame Gear Gamma, as well with Driver. So this, we're running the Link monster Lambda, which makes sense then, because Psy-Frame Gear, basically what it is if you control no monsters on your field except for Lambda, Lambda negates that effect. But just say your opponent's going first, you can negate an effect and destroy that card and special summon him and a Driver from the deck. So that's what that does, except for the Link monster I'll go into later. Then we have 3 Whirlwind. So Whirlwind is your Blackwing Searcher. Basically anything that's normal summoned, you get to search the attack or lower with less attack. So if you search Simoon, you can search anything with 600 or less. That's pretty much the way it works. Then we have Cobby the Grave for those hand traps your opponent might be running. Just banish them from the graveyard and they get negated. And then we have the one Foolish for things like Zephyros. 1 for 1, just to search out like something like a Roshi. Monster Reborn, just for some extra help, even taking their opponent's monsters nice. And then the 1 rank of Magic Soul Shave Force, because we are running Affinity. Now we can go into the extra deck. Oh, I hit the camera. So the boss monster, big boss monster, is Blackwing Full Armor Master. So this one basically can be made by Harmotton and, let's say, level 4 Oster, because he can make himself level 10, and then you can do Simoon and Oster. That's the way to get into this. But basically what this is it's unaffected by card effects, and each time a monster your opponent controls activates an effect, you can place a wedge counter on it. After the effect resolve, once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls with a wedge counter and take control of it. And once per turn during the end phase, you can destroy all monsters on the field with a wedge counter. So it's really nice. Then for our level 8, we are running Borreload Savage Dragon, because we do run links. He can get some negates off with that. Then the 1 Obsidian Hawk Joe. So this one is, you can target level 5 or higher Winged Beast monster in the graveyard and special summon it. And during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card effect that targets only this card, when your opponent targets this card for an attack, you can target one other Blackwing monster you control and change the attack. We're not running that mostly. Then we're running Assault Blackwing Ryakiri. So this one is a targetable removal, but it's multiple target removal, which is nice. And then we're running Chidori for high attack. And then we're running No Thung the Starlight for an additional normal summon, and he can do some burn damage as well. Running 2 of him actually. And then we're running the Sahoya the Rainstorm. So this one is, if this card is synchro summoned using a Blackwing monster as a material, it is treated as a tuner while faced on the field. While this card is synchro summoned, you can target an Assault Blackwing monster in the graveyard and special summon it. So you can special summon one of these 2, which is nice. That's it for our synchros. Now we get into our Xyz. So we're running 2 Force Strix. Force Strix is 2 level 4 monsters, and you can basically search any of your level 4 Darkwing monsters. So like, you can search Zephyros or Bora or Chris or whatever you're looking for. Then we have the 1 Cyber Dragon Affinity, like that. It can be used with the Soul Shave Force. That works in conjunction with the Y Strix, which I'll go over now in a sec. So basically we're running 2 Y Strix. So what this is 2 Dark Winged Beast type monsters, so very easily made. And just say you use your small levels or whatever, and you have a level 4, and then you can search another level 4, special summon it to go for raid after 4 Strix, and then when he activates his effect to search another monster, you get to set this straight from your deck to the spell and trap card zone. And then you can use Soul Shave Force when this in the graveyard, or if is it a monster in the graveyard? Graveyard, yeah. So as soon as this goes to the graveyard, then you can special summon an Affinity, which is really nice. So that's a little combo there, so you have another extra negate. And then we have the Lambda. So Lambda is basically negates that whole if a monster's on the field. So the Cyframe gear can't activate unless if there's a monster on the field. So this negates that, and it gets to search it in turn. So just say you want to finish with 2 monsters on the field, go into this, and at the end of the turn you get to search your Cyframe monster, so you get an extra negate with that. Is nice. And then Burl Sword Dragon, just because this can so easily spam out monsters, and you can go for game with Burl Sword. So that's it for the deck profile, guys. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and good luck.